Welcome to the 1990s Gladiator Round Tournament. Today's matchup features Shawn Ray versus Nasser El Sonbaty. And I have to say, much like the Dorian versus Flex Wheeler match, this is a special one. These two are so highly ranked in this tournament as far as I'm concerned that it's almost a toss-up if I had to guess before I did the comparisons. But here we go, this front relaxed position is definitely going to Nasser El Sonbaty. He is just too big and too hard and grainy. Shawn Ray has a superior silhouette, and aesthetics are just awesome here. I don't think aesthetically anybody could beat Shawn Ray in this position. But man, look at Nasser El Sonbaty. He's got some tools there that Shawn Ray just can't compete with in this position anyway. And it's not quite so cut and dry here in the front double bicep pose. Shawn Ray has superior flow and shape. Look at that tiny waist, flaring lats. But then when I look at Nasser El Sonbaty, his overall shape is fantastic as well. His lats are just monstrous, and those arms, and his waistline's not bad at all. I don't know. I'm going to go with Nasser El Sonbaty just based on his hard, grainy conditioning. He's about as 2 times hard and more vascular than Shawn Ray is. But man, is it close. I could easily give this one to Shawn Ray based on that vacuum pose. 2-0 now. It's not looking good for Shawn Ray. And this is a very lean version of Nasser El Sonbaty. I compared it with the other front lat spreads, and I have to say this one was superior. That tiny little wee waist, and he's not quite as big in the upper body, but pretty much as large, and that little waist, like I said, made this pose almost unbeatable. Now I say almost. Look at Shawn Ray. He's famous for this 97 front lat spread. It was just so much better than any of the other years in this front lat in this pose. Unreal. Shawn Ray takes this point, in my opinion, clearly the winner in this one. Now, the side chest, on the other hand, there is some debate in my mind. I am going to lean towards Nasser El Sonbaty. He's just too big and too hard and grainy once again. Shawn Ray's hard conditioning is just nowhere near the level that Nasser El Sonbaty brought. Wow. But I must say, this is the 95 Shawn Ray, and his side chest is strange. Collectively, Shawn Ray is fantastic. 97 for the front lat spread, and this 95 side chest. Clearly his best. I was never a huge fan of this pose for him, but he really nailed it this year, but not enough to beat Nasser El Sonbaty. And ditto goes with this side tricep pose. Side tricep and the side chest. Shawn Ray really suffered in them two poses, in my opinion. I mean, when one looks at this, he does look fantastic. Once again, I point to the 95 for the side chest as well as the side tricep. He was very thick from the side that year. But it's just not enough to pull a victory against this massive and hard, grainy Nasser El Sonbaty. Look at that tricep. It bulges, just full of striations. Looks like Shawn Ray's in trouble, ladies and gentlemen. And as we have our first glance at the back comparisons for these two horses, and it's obvious to me that this is not going to be an easy decision to make. This is the exact opposite of a cut and dry decision for a bodybuilding pose. There's aspects of Shawn Ray that are just clearly superior over Nasser El Sonbaty, and equally the dominance in certain areas for Nasser. This is almost too close to call. I'm going to actually put this one on the back burner, and if one guy does dominate for the rest of the contest, then it doesn't really matter. But if it's a tie, I'm going to go back to this one. Now, I believe Shawn Ray's rear double bicep translates a whole lot better than his rear lat spread. He's not that wide, but he sure is thick and detailed back there. Just incredible. He was actually defeating Nasser El Sonbaty so bad with the other rear double biceps that I had selected, and I found this much leaner version of Nasser and wasn't quite sure if it would be the best, but it was clearly way better than the other ones. Nasser's rear lat spread was probably better later on in his career, but his double bicep, I think it was better earlier on in his career. So it doesn't really matter, though. Shawn Ray takes this one with ease. Now, I know I'm going to take some criticism for my choice on this one here. I've already decided to criticize myself a little bit later on, but every time I look at it and make the choice, it always leans towards Shawn Ray. This most muscular pose, he just nailed it here in 1996. This one was far better than any of the other ones in the whole Shawn Ray Best of series, that tournament, this 96 most muscular. It's that thin skin. It looks like glass. I don't know what he did, but man, you can see right through that skin. You can't blame the camera footage or the lighting here, because this is the same event. And like I said, I'm already criticizing myself. Shawn Ray beats Nasser El Sonbaty in the most muscular. Really, Marx Max Muscle? Give your head a shake. But then again, every time I look at this comparison, Shawn Ray has it. Unbelievably. And lo and behold, we made it to the ab and thigh shot, the final pose. And it comes to no surprise, this one goes to Shawn Ray. Actually, Nasser looks fantastic here in his leaner version. No, his thigh is not as good as one of his later versions, but I'll show you what I mean here. Look at this massive version. Just head to toe, a better man, thicker, massive muscles. But when you look at the abs, it's a car wreck. I'd much rather go with this one here for the aesthetics. I place a great deal of emphasis on the aesthetics in the ab and thigh shot, as you probably all know. But it doesn't matter. Shawn Ray takes this one, so much to my chagrin, we have to go back to this rear lat spread, and I have to make a decision on this one. And I really don't know which way to turn. The crisp sharpness of Shawn Ray is just so much better. Look at those glutes, just striated to a T. But then when I look at Nasser El Sonbaty, those lats are so wide, and they're kind of pointing out the fact that Shawn Ray has a very narrow lat spread, very narrow indeed. And the glutes, actually, of Nasser look good for his physique. They're pretty striated, but they are much more massive than Shawn Ray's, I will give him that. And the hamstring development, too, on Nasser is just incredible. When I look at the massive, giant traps of Nasser El Sonbaty, I don't know, it's pretty much a toss-up. I'm actually going to bring this here comparison up. This is of course, from the same event, the same time. They're standing side by side. Makes it a little bit more fair, I guess. But I don't think I'm ever going to make a solidified decision saying one's better than the other. But as far as this tournament is concerned, your winner is Nasser El Sonbaty. I believe he is just a little bit better in this pose, perhaps. But like I said, can I really say he is better? So those big mountainous traps, I guess, might be the deciding factor in this one. So big Nasser El Sonbaty advances on in this tournament. And he gets a chance to face Dorian Yates in one of the two semifinal matchups. Kevin Levrone versus Paul Dillette. That's going to be a very interesting matchup, and that's the next one we can look forward to in this tournament. Hope you enjoyed this video, and have a good day.